All right, Eagle Nation, we're joined here by Eagle Baseball head coach Chris Schwartz after a tough loss in the NCAA Division III Baseball Regional Championship. Coach, just an opening statement.
Yeah, Claremont's a good team. I mean, they played really hard, really aggressive. They competed really well today, the whole tournament really. They're hot and they beat us today, and they deserve to go on. I wish I could be saying something different, but this group is awesome. Our group is awesome, but they flat out beat us today.
You went to Owen Deppery again on the call for today's game. Was that kind of the game plan going in to pitch another game again, even though he went yesterday?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we didn't want to extend him, more than a couple innings. He pitched, decent amount yesterday. We were comfortable with his pitch count yesterday, and throwing another inning or two today, and then kind of going to the lefty. We knew Owen was going to compete his butt off. Owen Anderson, was going to compete his butt off, starting the game, and he did. He always does. And then going to the lefties at the end, and it was kind of the game plan. No matter if we were up or down, it didn't matter at that point.
And then, speaking with the game plan, also with the pitching, obviously you intentionally walked Ozone that many times. Was that also kind of set last night and this morning, kind of going into that, saying we just didn't want to deal with him at all?
Yeah, have you seen him hit? I mean, it's pretty good. Went home last night and just kind of looked at some numbers, and coming into the weekend he was hitting 490 or something like that, and then what did he do? What did he do last night in that game? I think it was 6 for 6 with probably a couple home runs, and he tried knocking the fence over in the game against us yesterday. So the other players around him are pretty good too, but yeah, we weren't going to let him beat us. And we could have executed a little bit better around him, but kid can hit, and we just weren't going to let him beat us.
Offensively, you went into the last two innings down 6-0. Got a 2-run home run from Jack Oliver in the 8th, and then put some runners on and had quite the shot from Mac Bourne. Can you just talk a little bit about your team's kind of grit in those last couple of innings? Yeah,
I mean, that's a great word. I mean, grit and resiliency. I mean, the no-quit attitude. Obviously, experienced players, but I ground out some at bats early and pitched pretty good, and then finally got to that chance where Jack, for his sake, finally got a barrel on a ball and got one out today, and that was good for us, obviously, and good for him, and then put the pressure on, and that's kind of what, especially in playoff baseball, the end of games are always a circus, and we made it that way, and gosh, thought Max was going out, and the kid made a good catch, and can't do anything about that. That's baseball, and I think that ball goes out or that ball falls. I think we got a shot, but it wasn't in the cards for us today.
No season is easy to end on, but with the group that you have, can you talk a little bit about your senior group?
It took a really long time to go through all of them. It's a group that have been together for the 4 or 5 years. There's a lot of 5th years in there. There's also a lot of 2 years and 3 year guys in there that have transferred in, and those puzzle pieces, all the way back to 22-23 for that 23 season, those puzzle pieces, they really added to what we already had, and in 2023 really pushed us into not just the postseason, but into the World Series, and that. I share a little bit what I told the guys. Right, we weren't on the map, at least where we wanted to be back in 2021 and 22, and in that group, just found a way to get us there, not just into the postseason, obviously, but then took us really far, and then again we punched last year and went pretty far, and had a really good season in the Supers, and again this year I think they fought really, really hard, and a really resilient, tough group that not only on the baseball field, but like off the field, just a really good bunch of kids. They're not kids anymore. But.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.